This is Margaret in Windsor, and I was kidnapped. I've told this, I've been putting this up on video since a friend gave me the phone to put on social media because the law doesn't work for me. The name I have to go by is Peggy Ann Childers, and I'm not going to put all that up right now. I don't know if this is, I've put it out there. I wrote back during this time when Wayne Williams was, the murders were being committed, but then he was charged with it. And I think all the pain and suffering, and, well, just let me get to this. They're showing it again. I want to tell you the flaws. I had written about mind control murders. Larry Flynn, I usually show that where they wrote me up in Hustler, an endorsement, and said I knew who was responsible for his shooting because I was writing about programming, mind control, and the patterns. I didn't know about my kidnapping till '83. But here's what happened. Wayne Williams was one of them. And I've put this up on YouTube, and it's been out there for a couple of years. So I didn't just come up with any of this. The media knows it. They will not tell it. Mary Welcome knows it. I talked with her on the phone and was put right through to her. And she wanted to talk to me. I was going to send her attorney to get a deposition. And I was almost killed again. I put this up on YouTube and Facebook. Wayne, some of the things that tie it together was I had a letter from the FBI, June the 23rd, '79, in response to, I thought, the book I was writing. It had a lot of names in it, and Hospital Emory and Center for Disease Control. I wrote cases. But I was writing about mind control murders, Dr. Warren and Rosina Matthews, that were killed in Cobb County, Marietta, near where I lived. And it involved Piedmont Hospital, and I wrote about Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor. But let me get back to this. They put antifreeze in me April the 1st, '80, and I thought it was because of the book. I should have died. My life's been an ongoing hell, but that was just another kind of hell, to try to pretend it didn't happen after they didn't finish me off. And I'm leaving out what happened to me when I went to the hospital to get a simple tox to see what had been put in me. And that therein is what I'm going to talk about, too, real quick. I went for a tox so they could find out what was in me and neutralize that hope. Well, that wasn't what happened. The tox screen was never done. And I'm going to skip and leave out until I get to the fact that Easter was on Sunday. This is April Fool's Day. Easter's on Sunday. I was illegally put in the car, Lina Dempsey's car, and I put this up there. So I'm not going to try to explain her part in it. Her and Philip Sullivan, I'm going to use his name because, you know why, he worked for the ATF. And I remember when his wife, and I put this up too, his wife Nancy, they shoved me in her car, Lina's car, and my ex-husband, and in the shape I was in, and I saw my children, Mark and Scott, just a few times after them. My apartment was taken illegally, but the tox screen was never done. And Dempsey, this woman, took me across the state line in the condition I was in, and I didn't even have any money if I had somebody to call. She dropped me off at Crestwood, and again, they stuck me in a ward there. I mean, I'd had antifreeze put in me. There's no reason for any of this to have happened. And I simply asked for a tox screen at West Paces Ferry, April the 1st of '80. Here I am, Saturday night, and Lina Dempsey has dropped me off there, and she said, you try to run, I'll have the cops lock you up. I didn't know about my kidnapping. This is what's involved in it, and I'm not going to go into that because I've put it up on YouTube almost daily, the whole mess, or at least part of it. I was locked up there. No tox was done, and I'm not going to get into because it'll take up the whole video. After I had been there, it was on a Wednesday, so this would have been Sunday was the 6th, 7th, the 9th of April. Blood was drawn for a tox screen. So I assume that this doctor, Bill Goodson, who's an SOB, thought it would, this is a long trail of what I've been through and know, and I don't know if I'm going to live any further to tell it or not. But the tox screen was done, the blood drawn, on the 6th. That was the 9th. And it was, by law, would be sent to the state of Alabama because I'm in Huntsville. This hospital, it's a murder place. Crestwood, remember that one. So anyway, he took it, and here's what happened. The toxicology report came back from Atlanta, Georgia, where they said they didn't take it, and there's no way that it should have been sent to another state. It was finally done in Alabama. Here in, I don't know if I can make you understand this. I'll just say it. The carpet fibers that they prosecuted Wayne Williams and said he was guilty, they found in the car that belonged, it was found at one of the murder scenes, was sent to Alabama. So I'm not even going to try to explain it right now. But this is one of the mind control murders, and I will say this. When they say they found him dumping a body into the river there, that was not too far from where I lived. But the letter that he had in his pocket that they found was that he said he wanted to deliver to Margaret at Overbrook Apartments. They changed it. My real name is Margaret. Peggy Ann is the name they gave me, Dempsey Childers, when they kidnapped me and brought me to Moulton, Alabama. And that's the woman that took me across the state line and put me there. And so, anyway, I managed to live. I even worked for the district attorney, Fred Simpson, May of that year, in the condition I was in. And I'm going to fast forward now to, he was up for re-election, and this is when John Lennon was killed, November of that year. And Martin David Chapman, you get into the crypt, the patterns right there, Martin David Chapman, and John Lennon, I'm British, and I could get into the doctor's name, and I lived at Warren House. So you're getting into the Warren Commission that covered up the Kennedy assassination, which mind control was used in that, and the Martin Luther King. They're not going to tell you any of this. The news media won't. But anyway, Mary Welcome, I got in touch with her. They put me right through to her, and she said, "Oh, I do believe you." And she said, "I'm going to send her attorney over to take a deposition." Well, that's when they tried to kill me again. And Jack Hartsfield, the reporter that I've put on here, his FBI agent, saved my life. So where am I going from here? If I'm trying to tell you, it's muddled in trying to explain it here. It is so hideous my life has been in telling people they just want me dead. I don't know where my children are, and I'm sitting here wondering what I'm going to do tomorrow, and are they still going to cover it up? Let me say this, though. I was over there during the Wayne Williams trial. I'd made it through and got back over there, and the trial had been taken away. Mary wasn't prosecuting, and it was given to the CIA retired attorney. His last name was Marcus. And that's all I'm going to say here. That's all I can say. I don't know if I make it or not, and this whole mess is told. They keep running this, and I'll tell you another one that was done right here. He's German. It was last of March of '85. Diplomat's son, Jens Zorings, and Elizabeth Haysom. In Bedford, they were tried for the murders of Elizabeth's mother and father, Derek and Nancy Haysom, and that's a mind control murder, too. So was this one. and the Wayne Williams and the ones that I wrote about.